Welcome back to Now You Know BC, where we're talking all about garbage in our province. My guest today is the founder of 1-800-GOT-JUNK, Brian Scudamore. He started his business in Vancouver in 1989, grew it into a massive operation, which he still heads up. He's an entrepreneur's entrepreneur. He helps other people with their businesses and is now an investor on CBC's Dragon's Den. He's easily the most interesting, garbage-adjacent person I could think of to interview for this episode. Thank you for joining me,
Let's
Brian.
talk trash, man.
Yeah, let's talk about trash.
Yeah.
Where does it all go? It doesn't just all go to the dump.
No, of course not. I think that's old school. Our numbers are about 61.3% of what we haul away goes to get recycled, reused, donated. We try and repurpose what we haul away as much as we can. So there's a lot of care and attention that goes into it. And some stuff does end up in the landfill, but we try and encourage people not just to get rid of their junk, but to try and offer it to someone else if there is some value.
There was a guy, one of your franchisees in South Van, that used to bring an artist in residence to go through this stuff. Is there other stuff like that happens?
Yeah, he had a neat program. He would bring artists in residence and just they would go through the junk in a warehouse and see what kind of art they could make and then auction it off and sell it. Richard's actually talked about bringing that program back. It was cool. It made for great social media.
I just love the idea of all the stuff that you can find, you know, this whole set is partly junk that I have collected over the years. The amount of stuff that you get. What's the most interesting thing?
You wouldn't believe the stuff we get. So we've hauled away 18,000 pounds of sardines that were expired in tins. You make the gross face. It wasn't gross. They were all in tins, but nobody could resell them. We hauled away truckloads. I did this myself of escargot shells from an escargot business that went bankrupt. And the guy wanted us to squeeze a whole bunch more into the truck. So we jumped out of the second story of his office, squeezed down all the shells and got in another truckload. I think the most interesting find, the most valuable find, we're all over North America and Australia, but this was a hometown story. Vancouver, we hauled away $400,000, or we found $400,000 in cash. We went to do a renovation cleanup, and one of our guys noticed some cash in the floorboards. Little tiny crack in the floorboards, and looked like money, and he pointed it out to the owner, and they were doing a reno. They're like, let's jack up the floor. $5.2 million is what it was worth in today's dollars. So $400,000 in 1932 circa bills.
It was just like a bill sticking out of the floor?
Just a tiny little slot of what looked like a bill. And they lifted up the boards and discovered this treasure.
Okay, where did it go?
Oh, to the homeowner. They got a $400,000 discount on their renovation. And our guys got a nice tip. I think they were taken care of.
Did they know where it came from?
They don't know. Nobody knew. It actually got all over the news, and then a bunch of curious people wondering where it came from, like who hid this money away and why, but the mystery has not been solved.
That is a mystery that needs to be solved.
Yeah.
What about illegal stuff? Like you find money under the floorboards. Did you find anything illegal?
Not really. I mean, we've hauled away bombs. There was an old World War II bomb that apparently was defused, but nobody was sure. This was in Washington, D.C., and so they called the bomb squad literally to come over and ensure that it was safe. Old guns, handguns, rifles, drug paraphernalia.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. You could do an entire TV series. You guys should do a Netflix series where they follow you around.
Well, there was one called Hoarders. We were on.
My mom's house is deplorable. It's just filled from the floor to the ceiling.
We were on every single episode for 7 years as a cast character.
I didn't know
1-800-GOT-JUNK truck in all episodes.
On Hoarders.
And so our teams would show up and help the hoarders get rid of stuff, whether it was a flat cat underneath the box that was mummified. I mean, we found some of the scary. I couldn't even watch the show.
You're on Dragon's Den now.
Yes.
You're an investor on the show, character on the show. Do people now stop you and give you investment pitches on the street when they see you?
I get emailed a lot. People saying, hey, saw you on the show. I applied for Dragon's Den and didn't make it. Maybe you'll consider my investment. And I mentor people and talk to people all the time and share advice and wisdom from my own experience and expertise after 35 years building a franchise group of companies, Shack Shine, Wow One Day Painting, and 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And it's a lot of fun. I love listening to people's vision and ideas, but I've committed right now to all my investments are focused just on the Dragon's Den. I just don't have the capacity to take on more right now. We did 8 deals on TV, and 4 turned into actual deals, which is really fun.
What's your favorite one?
Favorite one, I think, and I'm going to exclude others here, they're all amazing, but I think the Mint, as a local success story, Mint Cleaning.
In Ucluelet.
In Ucluelet,
Yes.
right next to the Iki Cone place, right?
The Gray Whale Deli. This is a frozen treat only available in Ucluelet. It is called the Yuki Cone. They've been making it here at the Gray Whale Deli for the last 30 years. Everybody should do that cone.
Yeah, but Monica and Robin are so energetic and so fantastic that when they were on the show, you make a decision in an hour whether or not you want to invest in the business. It was almost nothing to do with the business. It was the two of them. Their eyes lit up, the full opportunity that they saw, the runway ahead of them in this business, blew my mind, and so honored to play a role, small role.
Are you going to be back next season?
I am going to be back, and excited to be back. I'm honored, and then get to do some more deals. And I learned a lot. So the first season, they film in 10 days, 10-hour days. You're exhausted beyond belief. I think I know how to manage my energy a little bit more, and it was inspiring to walk away from that show and see hundreds of entrepreneurs. I mean, there was literally 100+ people with ideas and passion and work ethic and determination that left me feeling really pumped up and all in on Canadian entrepreneurship.
What's the best advice you've ever got as an entrepreneur?
Best advice, it's often not what we say yes to, but what we say no to. Making space for the biggest possibilities. And so something I saw in the Dragon's Den that I tried to share with others is, are you focused on this one business you're building, or are you focused on your actual daytime job? Why not go all in? If somebody can't go all in and put everything on the line for this opportunity they're a part of,
Yeah.
I think that says that they don't really believe.
All right, cool. Thanks for your time. I'm going
Thank
to
you.
pitch you. I'm going to pitch you. I have
Okay,
an
do it.
idea. I'm not going to pitch you
Good.
now, but
Yeah.
in the future I'll
Okay,
pitch you.
I want to hear it.
Okay. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, roving reporter Nina Savage is going to be on the street talking to people about garbage.